Let's move on to class. So last class we discussed. Last class, where are you? We are in S3 bucket, right? Correct.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
now I hope you have some idea, right? What is S3 bucket and how to create bucket and how to upload files and how to create so S3 life cycle and so mostly we discussed so what is this so S3 last class and all and how to create buckets, life cycle replication, and how to enable versioning and how to delete files and how to restore versioning files and all. So last class we discussed, right? So these are so mostly interview also they are focusing, that's it. And so some of common questions already we discussed, right? What is the maximum file size if you want to upload any file in S3 bucket? What is the maximum file size? These are some basic they are asking. 5 TB terabyte, right? 5 TB terabyte. And so if you want to configure replication, what we need to enable first? Last class we discussed, right? For example, if you want to configure replication, what we need to do? First we need to enable bucket. Achpanara bucket versioning. What we need to enable? Bucket versioning. If we are not enable versioning, we are unable to configure replication and all. Next, life cycle. Life cycle means so this is important life cycle. This is our S3 life cycle. Right? So as the life cycle. So life cycle means after certain period, if you want to change your storage class, one storage class to another storage class, when you want to move, when you want to delete. Suppose if I am not using any my S3 bucket, what you need to do? So that and all. Next, types of storage class. This is very, very important. Types of storage class. Types of storage classes, types of storage classes. So default storage class name is standard. Default storage class name is standard. And if you want to change one storage class to another storage class, that is standard IA, infrequent access, right, glacier, deep glacier. There is number of types available, and with the help of so we can change one storage class to another storage class. So these are mostly interview they are asking. Apart from this, they won't ask anything. That's it. And today we are going to see so RDS, relational database, right, database, how much important in real time. So if you want to configure, anyone any doubt guys here? S3. If it is clear, so let's move on to so new service. Let's move on to new service RDS. How to install, how to configure, and so what is the purpose in real time? Anyone any doubt? S3.
No, sir.
Okay. Now let's move on to S3. Sorry. What is this? RDS, how it will work. So already I have a few people, right, some idea how it will work under. So in real time, without database, so is it possible to work? Is it possible to maintain our data?
No.
Usually, right? Usually if you go real time, this is generally if you understand, try to understand. So nowadays all are web applications, right? So all are web only. All are so web application only. Web means we are accessing application via
Internet.
via internet. Without internet, internet. Internet. Okay. So now usually if you go any application, so just try to understand. So there is mostly we are following MVC, model view controller. We are following MVC architecture. MVC, model view. MVC, model view controller. This is the three layers. Actually, this is the three layers. Three models we have. Model view. First model view and controller. This is simply we are calling. This is the terminology. Java. If you are following Java .NET, so most of cases we are following MVC architecture. So this is the one pattern actually. So right, I am the end user. I am the end user. If you take any application, so if you take any application, just assume. So I am the end user. End user means user, right? Correct. So who enter the data input and all? User only. Without user directly system itself it will enter? No, right? User లేకుండా data ఎవరు enter చేస్తాడో? User only. Now got it? Clear? So mostly, so that for example, if we go ATM center or if we go any application, so I am the end user. So this guy enters some input, that is a request. And so mostly here we are three views and we are following. So that and all, one is view, that is UI part, and there is a control. This is a control taking care by developers and all, you don't worry. And so this is the DB. This is the backend. Simply if you want to understand, so this is the backend. So this is the backend. Now if you go here, now I am typed something, how it will work. So UI means, right, user. I am the user. I am sending, for example, username password. I am sending username password. So if you send a username password, this is a request. Simply if you want to understand, so what is this? User send the request. User send the, for example, first login, right? Without login application, we cannot do anything. Wherever, even if you go ATM center, first it is asking PIN number, something, right? So this is the request. I am the user. I send one request. For example, this is a UI page. UI means user front end page. UI means so UI user interface or front end page. If you open any page, first it is opening one page, right? అర్థమవుతుందా? First it will open one page,
Yes.
right? Maybe that is username password, that is authentication. So this is the, for example, just assume we need to enter username and password. Even if you open any website, so if you open any website, so mostly we are entering username password. Once username password valid, it is checking. So where this username password will store? ఇప్పుడు నేను ఏటీఎం సెంటర్కి వెళ్ళాను, మీరు ఏదో పిన్ కార్డు పెట్టారు, జస్ట్ పిన్ ఎంటర్ చేస్తారు. ఏటీఎం సెంటర్లో అక్కడ ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్లోనే వ్యాలిడేట్ చేసిందా? సమ్వేర్ దే ఆర్ మెయింటైనింగ్ డీబీ డేటాబేస్. Somewhere,
Database.
right? That is a separate layer. That is separate actually. This is a controller. This is a controller. And this is actual DB. In real time without database. Database. Simply we are calling DB. So whether it is any, there is many flavors available in market. MySQL, MongoDB, uh, MongoDB, MySQL DB, Oracle DB, next MySQL DB. So there is many DBs available in real time, but all purpose is same only. All purpose is same only. For example, just I send a username password, and these are the controllers. Control is nothing but so this is a Java code or .NET code, whatever it may be. This is the Java or .NET based on your technology or anything, Salesforce or Python, uh, or UI, anything that is. So they are maintaining some controllers. This is the logic. This is the logic and all they implemented here. Implemented so in this layer only, in this classes. So suppose I enter username password. If we send a submit button, here we can see, right, by default submit or anything next button and all. So if you submit anything, so submit button. If you submit button, if you send a submit button, the request go to what? It will go to controller. Controller means they are written some Java class or .NET class. They are returning. They need to validate, right? Correct. Without username password, if I submit, if I click on submit, it is working or not?
Not working.
Not working, right? That is basic validation. This is the some basic validation. Even if you go without pin, if you press a button, is it working or not? Wrong pin, please enter. We are getting some message, right? Got it? Correct. So now is for example, if you come anything, for example, HDFC. Okay, net banking. So they are giving on page. So this is the page, right? So this is the UI page. This is the UI. UI means user. Only user can see this page. For end user purpose, they implemented one page. Without customer ID, without user ID, I am clicking continue button. See, they given continue button. Instead of submit, instead of next button, they given continue. If I click on this, now see here, customer ID cannot be left blank. This is the validation. Without entering, if I enter any, if without, with, without, 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 without input, if you click button, this is the validation. This is the testing basically. So these are the validation. Suppose if I miss password, please enter password. If I miss username, please enter username. Username should not be empty. Okay, fields is mandatory, is required. So now if you click everything username password, if you type something, now it will go to this section controller. Controller, they are validating something. This is the only UI. We click on that request, go to this controller, and it will go to DB. The actual DB username password and all available here only. Username and so password, everything they are maintaining. For each UI page they are maintaining internally one table here. This is the DB tables. DB tables. If you come to project, many tables they are maintaining here. These are the tables list. So that is based on their project requirement. They are maintaining many table list. So now this is the username password. If you send means it will go to here, and this is the controller. Controller is nothing but logic. That actual class, how it will work, how to validate that and all they are implementing here. And so it will go to here. It is checking. So whatever you are passing username password, it is checking here. If it is matched, again request come to same. మళ్ళీ request ఎక్కడికి వస్తుంది మనకి? If it is valid, now it will go to next page. Now got it? సో ఇప్పుడు నేను పాస్ ఇక్కడ టైప్ చేశాను. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ హియర్ ఐ టైప్ సంథింగ్. ఇఫ్ ఐ టైప్ సంథింగ్, ఇఫ్ ఐ క్లిక్ ఆన్ కంటిన్యూ బటన్, నెక్స్ట్ స్క్రీన్ విల్ కమ్, రైట్? నెక్స్ట్ స్క్రీన్ విల్ కమ్. క్లియర్?
Yes, sir.
So now real time, this is also mandatory. Just try to understand. So real time, how application is working. So what are the what is the models they are following in real time? Also, this is also very important. DB. Without DB, there is no projects. Blindly remember. Without DB, without DB, there is no projects. Data లేకుండా మనం ఏం చేస్తాము? Customers, right? For example, if we take bank, no, anything, not only bank. For example, we want to book IRTC. So, right, railway. We want to book one ticket. So, first, what is we need to username password, right? Login. Where they are
Yes.
maintaining where they are maintaining our username. For example, 10 years back, I created my username password. Now I'm trying to log in. How system know my username password? Where they are maintaining our data? అక్కడ మెయింటైన్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారా? ఓ బుక్లో ఏమైనా
Database.
మెయింటైన్ చేస్తారా? నో, రైట్? They are not maintaining any book and all. Now soft copy. They are not maintaining any hard copies. That is old. Now everything web, right? So they are storing DB. Whenever if you enter username password, it is validating. And so username password correct means it will go to that page. That's it. So now, so DB in interview also, do you know any why we need to discuss it? So in interview purpose, people are asking. DB. So do you have any experience how to configure DB and how to do some step and all? So that is the reason. Just learn. So that is one more service available in AWS. In AWS, people they are providing one service. So that is the RDS. This is second. There is many parts available here. RDS, Relational Database Management, and so here many roles available. But as a DevOps engineer, we are going to RDS, Relational Database. RD, what is the service name? R RDS. This is the service RDS. See here, what is RDS means? So this is the managed relational database service. Relational database series. But if you come to real time, so there is admin people available. So admin people, database maintaining purpose, admin people, and also right, developers also available. Database developers also. There is one role, developer role, database developer role also available, and support role, support role. some based on their user role. So we are going to work on this. But as a DevOps engineer, we need to know at least how to configure DB. So you are the right, you are the owner. You have access all services, right? So there is one new project. For that project, we need to configure one DB. We need, only our part is no need to develop anything, no need to write any queries and all. Our part is how to configure. So our part is how to configure DB, and if we give that username password to developer, they will configure in code level. So how it will work, we'll see. Now this is the Java code, right? Java code directly connect with DB? No, right? వీడేదో కోడ్ రాశాడు ఈ కోడ్ డైరెక్ట్గా డీబీతో కనెక్ట్ అయిపోతుందా no it won't work
No, it
usually
won't.
basically it won't work so we need to configure something db configuration that is part is nothing but so db connections so this is a java code directly it won't connect to db just think this is the different database, this is a different server, and this is a controller, this is a we written java code, and this is a front end code. And so this db directly to this controller it won't connect so database we need to configure some db connections in our code. So what is the username, which db you want to connect, so that and all so we need to configure here, but this part taking care by developer, you don't worry. Our part is once database creation is done, just we are giving username password that some information to developers, they will take care. That our part is how to configure db, that's it. Remain taking everything taken care by developer, they will configure the db side. So whether it is connecting or not, if you are unable to connect, that case we are going to do some digging, so we are analyzing why it is not connecting and all, we'll see. Okay, now right, so there is this is the one service available in rds. So if we click on this so if we click on this, so now see here, so this is the resource, see here Amazon, this is the one resource, and we are using following Amazon RDS resources in US East, wherever I am in US East. Let's move on to Mumbai region. Let's move on to Mumbai region and see here. So see you are using following RDS service in Mumbai region, and see here DB instances are 20 available. So allocated size we can allocate 100 TB, and so increase DB instance limits also, DB clusters 40 and reserved instances 20, and these are the some of the DB related. Okay, so now see here there is one option. So if you want to click on database, if we click on database, and so see here these are the database, if you want to create any database, so directly we come to, there is one service also available here. Where is that service? Databases, somewhere we can see many things, we can see here root level service. Can you find anything here? This is the storage, security, compliance, network connection, media. These are developer tools, internet, database. Now see here there is a one, see under database these are the services provided by AWS people. All our purpose is same only guys, whatever you want we can install. See here RDS, so these are the Amazon document DB, Dynamo DB, see here Elastic Cache DB, Amazon key spaces. See whatever you want, but purpose is same only. But purpose is same only. Whatever you want, we can select this. If you want to DynamoDB, we can select this one. That's it. Managed no SQL databases. Now anyway, I am RDS. This is the famous, right? So relational database service. So once if we click on, so now it will come to this page. It will come to this page. Now, do we have any databases here? See here, zero. As of now, there is no database. So zero. Now if we click on database, if we click on database, and so mostly they are asking, so if you mention rds in our resume, mostly they are asking, so did you configure any database, and which database you are using, and so which environment, for which environment you will configure. So like this they are asking few questions in this interview. Okay, so just remember, if you practice one or two times, so we can easily understand. Okay, now see here in real time, right? So this is the database, but basically database means for everyone we are giving so read and write access, so only based on some user, right, so roles. In real time they are providing some access, whether you want to read access, whether you want to write access, there is many things available here, that and all. So that is second part. Okay, you don't worry. So for example database, right, my database available here. For everyone I am giving read and write access, only based on role I am providing access. అర్థమవుతుందా?
Based on.
Based on role. For example, I am giving also read. I am giving read right to so developers. Maybe they want to test, right? Read write access to developers. I am the tester. Just assume for tester needs they need to write access. For data insert చేయాలనా tester? No, right?
No.
So they are providing only read access. This and all it will come under real time. Okay, just try to understand. So this is database. Okay. Now, for this database, for everyone we are providing read and write access? No, right? Based on role, they are giving some access to, so they are giving some access to that users. So read means they can read the data, they can write. If they want, they can insert the data. For other people, they don't want to do any insert data. I'm giving only read access. So mostly read means so that is data means this is very sensitive. In real time, this is not that much easy. Now just try to understand. For example, bank data means so what is the how much sensitive, so how to handle, right? So just try to understand how to we need to maintain in real time. So this is not that much easy. Data is also very important role in real time. Without database there is no project. Without project there is no DB, that is secondary. But every project, if you want to store our customer data, so DB also mandatory in real time. There is no DB, what is the use? Correct? How to maintain historical data? Clear? So this is the this and all. So okay, just try to understand. Only we are going to how to configure DB. Now if we click on create database, so there is two ways we can create: a standard create, or we can easily create. See here, you set all the configuration options, including ones for available security, backup, everything, even also backup also. And this is a easy recommended best practice configuration, whatever you want, that is based on our wish we can select. Okay, but this is paying, we need to pay some amount. Okay, just create and delete. After creation, practice and all, delete. Now see here, these are the engine options. Now see here, these many DBs available in AWS. If you select RDS, relational database service, so these many DBs available by default. AWS people, they are providing, see here, how many 8 DBs available. Whichever you want, we can select, that is your wish. So based on your project, based on client requirement, based on our organization, if they what they need, you need to select Oracle DB. See here, this is a relational database management system developed by Oracle, and how they will give you everything here itself. For example, I need MySQL. I need MySQL, so we can select MySQL. So I need MySQL, we can select MySQL. See here, for example, you need to PostgreSQL and Microsoft SQL Server. See here, IBM DB2, next MariaDB, next whatever you want. Now got it. Now I selected MySQL. Now we can see, understand here. See here, support database size up to how much size it will support? 64 TB. TB means terabyte. And support general purpose memory optimizer and also whatever you want. So already they given everything. See, support up to 15 read replicas for instance. So replicas means this is the database. This is just assume this is the primary. This is the master. Okay. So now same database I want to give some other people's also. Every time hitting this database, is it a good practice? No, right? So that case there is one concept is the replicas means just we are giving one more replicas DB same, but we are not giving any right access and all. So I'm giving some other people access for testing purpose, that and all we are going to create replicas. So replicas is nothing but every time I am not going to hit actual database. That is actual data means it will go to down, right? It will go down, right? This server go down, and there is some problem, right? So this is my master DB. This is my master GB. And replicas means for testing purpose, for testing piece or UAT team or QA team or performance team. I need to give so DB access. So directly instead of providing directly this one, I am giving one replica. Replica in means same configuration, same setup, but only we are providing read access. We never ever giving write access. This is the actual DB, original DB. From this DB, we are going to create one replica. This replica I am providing to this replica I am providing to so access to UAT team or QA team or performance team for testing purpose. But we are not giving any write access. అర్థమైందా? Write a mu just only replica means that is only read access, and they can directly instead of hitting this instance, now they are going to hit this instance only. This is also same. This is also same configuration, same data available. But here we are not going to just this is a master. This is just assume slave, and so we are giving access this one. That's it. That case we can key. This is the one concept is a replica. Now see here. So support TP and replicas for instance within the single region are 5 replicas across regions. Now how many replicas we can create in this case?
15.
Only we can create
Five,
support
five.
up to 5 read replicas for instance, and within the single region so we can create a 5. This is a 15, and a single region we can create 5 replicas. 5 replicas means we can create 5 instances same from master. So but here there is no write access, only read. For testing purpose mostly in real time they are maintaining like this. So whichever you want we can read this document, already everything they provided clearly, and based on this we can easily understand. Now see here, I selected MySQL, okay, that's it. Now see here edition, whatever edition you want. This is the MySQL community edition, and so this is the version and all, and this is the version, and we need to select based on client. So we need to check with the developer which version they want, whether they want 8 point latest version. And if we click on here, see here there is many versions available, MySQL versions, all are DB only. So whatever you want we can select anyone, that is your wish, that is up to you only, you don't worry. And so these are the drop down only, we are not going to do anything, just we are selecting only specific options only. Okay, now see here, this is the hide filter, show the version that support if you want to, or show the version whatever you want, enable it. I am not going to do anything, by default I am selecting. This is very important template. If someone is asking interview, so recently for each environment we created database. Now anyone guess what we are going to say? We are going to say free tier, or we are going to test dev, or we are going to production. మీ ఇంటర్లో అడిగినారు రీసెంట్గా నువ్వు ఏ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్కి డీబీని కాన్ఫిగర్ చేసావు. సో హియర్ వీ హ్యావ్ 3 ఆప్షన్స్, విచ్ ఈస్ బెస్ట్ మోస్ట్లీ?
Dev test.
Dev and
Dev
test.
test. Dev test production and all mostly already it is running. In rare case we are going to create, but mostly we can say dev and test, don't tell free tier. Okay, in real time. So many way, every right, so every week, every 2 weeks we are going to deploy something for testing purpose. So this is the best answer. Okay, so this instance is intended for the development to use outside of the production environment. So developers mostly they are using this one only, test and dev. This is a production means live, end users only accessing this instance. Mostly we are configuring dev1 test. Okay, so anyway I'm going to select free tier only in this case, because if you select this mean we need to pay amount. So first we need to see what are the options here. If you select production, so now if you go to here, see here availability and durability, where you want to see multi A to Z DB cluster. So how it will work, or A to instances, so only single instance. See here, there is many options available. Now just see, but anyway, I am not going to create production. They will charge. Just see the options only. Now see here, this is the DB cluster identifier. What is the name? So what is the name? Right, instance. Instance is nothing but this is the one. Right, so we are going to create one EC2 instance. Instance means that is like one mission, right? Same way, this is the DB instance. Whatever you want, we can give. So for example, dev apps, dev apps, just I'm giving our test DB. Okay, this is the instance name. Just name only. We can give any name. See, you must have unique across all DB clusters. This should be unique. If already instance name using, it won't allow us duplicate name. Next, this is the credential. So right now I am using master username. See, this is the master. Master is nothing but who is admin root. అర్థమవుతుందా? Master admin user. And so now if you want to select self managed, whatever you want we can select. Self managed means I am going to create our own, or if you select managed means, so everything it is provided by AWS people. See here, so RDS generated password for and manages it throughout its life cycle using the AWS secret manager. Again we need to configure AWS secret manager, but anyway for the time being I am selecting self managed. Self means I am going to create my own. So see here, password. This is the username, admin. Which password you want to assign for this user? That is your wish, guys. Anyone any doubt as of now? Okay. Now see here, manager. Next, database instance class. So if you want to see standard instance, one master class, or so memory optimization, there is a how many including R classes replications, and this is the compute optimization. This and all your wish. But see here, 8 GB. If you select production, see here what is the DB range. DB M5D large support 8 GB RAM, and so what is the two CPUs and 65 GB instant store. If we click on here we can select which range you want. See here what is the type you want. So there is many options available, and so real time based on your requirement I need 64 CP or 8 CPU. See here 32 GB RAM, 8 CPU. That is based on your database, right? So bandwidth we need to select. See here 96, 94. If anyone is asking, give this name M5 div 2x large. See here 8 CPU 32 GB, or we can give this name 32 CP 128 GB. See here M. See, next storage. How much storage you want? So allocate storage. If you select this range, what is the default storage they are giving? 400 GB. So maximum how many? What is the max GB size? What is the minimum?
65,000.
What is the minimum value? Minimum GB 100 GB we need to give.
100.
This is and all based purely depending on your right client requirement, project requirement. I'm not say I'm not saying so we need to give this and all. Okay. So based on project and client require, anyway they are giving how much GB. We are asking even if they are not providing this information, we need to ask, right? Hey, I'm going to create a DB. How much GB you need? So what is the and instance type you need? Okay. So this and all at least we need to ask. If they are not providing, we need to ask. So then only they can understand. Oh, this guy is going to configure. He knows some idea. So we need to give this information. That time they will provide this all information. Based on this, we will configure. Clear, guys? Now see here connectivity. How we are need to connect to the EC2 to compute, or directly don't want to connect EC2, and how we are connecting. And what is the VPC? Which VPC you want to create? Now we understand one point. So DBs and all mostly running which VPC? Public VPC or sorry, public subnet or private subnet? Here select
Private.
VPC.
private.
See here also we can select our VPC. And see here if you select dev vpc, if I select dev vpc, again we need to so create so subnets already. If we have any subnets we can select. Okay, these all are the mandatory. So these all are the mandatory. Okay, now which vpc, but mostly real time we are running public private vpc only. Now here this is very important. Now try to understand public access. Now there is two options available here. Yes or no? So
No.
here 100% real time we are using no only. Okay. For practice purpose I am going to use yes. So if you want to access via internet also we need to know. But real time no only 100%. But anyway here I want to testing purpose I am using yes. See here RDS assign the public IP. But real time it never ever running public IP DBs and all. So it is running only no only real time. but practice purpose we can select yes. Anyway, testing only, right? Now see here, security group. Which security? What is the security group? And so how it will, we need to select security group here itself. Okay. Now, so these all are the options. Remaining all are based on monitoring. If you want to monitor your instance, and monitoring also. Right now we don't know, right? Leave it. Now see here, estimation monthly cost. Now I selected one type. So DB instance, see US dollar. See here, storage purpose, this much US dollar. And so provisioned input output per second, this is US dollar. We need to pay for month how much? అర్థమైందా? ఎంత పే చేయాలి per month if you select this configuration?
$10,000.
10,000.
10,700.
$10 per month. So this if you select, so based on these options only. Suppose here I selected very less. Now see here, I am come to here. Where is that option? Instance, right? For example, 2 GB, this is enough for me. Now go down. Now see that cost and all automatically it will decrease. Now got it? అర్థమైందా?
Yeah, 1,700 only.
1700 only. So that is purely depending on your configuration. Purely depending on your configuration. I hope. So this is if you select production. Now let's come to remaining option same only. Just select here dev test. But mostly we are configuring this one only. This and all only one time setup. And so this and all mostly we are configuring same only. Whatever you want, DB instance and admin and password also same option. See here any other things, 2 GB enough, and storage how much? They are 400 GB, right? Now see here, how much you want. I need 10 GB enough. That is minimum 20 GB, not 10. Minimum 20 GB, maximum this much GB we can assign. Now see here, and so connectivity, how we need to connect directly instance or how we need to connect. I don't want to connect. And this is important. Okay, public or private. Now remain existing and VP security good and all, it is expecting whatever you want. Okay, remaining options same only. Now got it? Now anyway, let's come to our free tier. So free tier means some options we cannot see. That is the reason. So here I didn't select first time free tier. I am selecting only production and dev. Now I am selecting free tier. Free tier means they won't give many options. So based on our account visibility, they are providing something. Now see here, availability, deployment, settings. These are the, so these are the identifier. Free tier. If you select free tier, DB instance identifier, which name you want, instance type. Okay. So whatever you want. For example, DevOps, DB INS. Whatever you want. DevOps DB. Okay. Next, password. Whether you want to self-managed or we need to use AWS Secret Manager. So self-managed means we can set password, and if you select this one, we need to provide again we need to configure AWS Secret Manager and all. Okay, just select self-managed and set the password also. Whatever password we need to give this developers. Okay, don't forget this one. Okay, sorry. Now see here, instance configuration. So 2 CP 1 GB enough for me. Only testing, right? This is enough. If you want to, we can change. Now storage, how much GB you want? Minimum 20 GB, maximum 65, maximum. See free tier only 6,144. If you select a dev test, what is the maximum size? 65,000. We saw, right?
140.
That's it. So based on your storage, that's it. Connection and all. And this is mandatory. Public VPC. This is the public default VPC. And which one I need to select for testing purpose? No RS. In this case, I am free tier, right? I need to check whether I am able to connect it or not. So here we need to
Yes.
select public. But real time, no, no, yes. Only
No.
no. Okay. Next, VPC. VPC means so we need to create the so existing VPC or new VPC. So what is the VPC name? What is the availability zone? This and all we need to select. Okay. So if any VPC available, nothing, or else we need to add. Okay. Anyway, so DB security group, DB security group, where you want to create availability 1 or 2 or 3, one enough. And RDS reverse proxy and all, these are the common. If you want to, we can enable. And this is tax option. And authentication, authentication means password authentication. See here what type of, there is many ways we can use. Right now I am using username password, right, default enough. If you want to monitoring, enable. And see here estimation for month, free tier also, how many dollars you need to pay per month, how many dollars, free tier itself
$20.
$20 you need to pay. Okay, so that is the reason. Once the practice is done, immediately remove that instance and all. So here anyone any doubt? So first come to here, select this is the engine options, which database, which instance you want to create, MySQL or PostgreSQL or Oracle, whatever you want, that is your requirement. Now this is the community, and this is the which version you need, this is important. And that's it. Now select free tier only. See, use RDS free tier, use RDS free tier, and select availability zone. And these are the instance name, DevOps DB, instance name DevOps DB, and I set a username. This is the default username, admin, and I set password, default password I set. And so now rewind. This is the only 2 CPU, 1 GB RAM, enough for me. Storage I need 20 GB, and remaining and all same only. And this is mandatory, public. And so public, and I create one security group, so DB security group. And I created a which availability zone, and this availability zone just I'm going to create, that's it. This is the first part. So now just 1 or 2 minutes wait. Now this is a C here. So this is the, it is giving a suggested add on the DevOps DB. This is our instance name. And so if you want to, we can enable, or I don't want anything, just close it, that's it, just wait. So now see here, it is creating, status is creating. Now your DB is creating, your DB is creating, that's it. So once DB is created, once DB is created, now how to connect my DB, how to check whether it is working or not, I need to see, right, whether it is connecting or not. I want to do something. So for that we need to install, there is DevOps, go to RD AWS, where is AWS folder, AWS and relational database. If you want to, I will share for your reference. Only this is same only. Already some steps added. So whether you want, which tier you want, select basic first time, right? Once 1 or 2 time you practice, no need to this document, no need to refer. But first time follow the steps and all. See here, whatever this is the templates, which template you want, whether you want production, test or pre-tier. And so next public is mandatory, and VPC is mandatory, and security group also mandatory, create database, that's it. Only I added mandatory fields. Okay, so once that is done, now how to connect, if you want to connect your DB instance, we need one client. So now we need to download the MySQL benchwork. This is the one simple software we need to download, we need to install, that's it. So now before that, just check whether it is instance is created or not. Just refresh it till it is creating. Now got it, guys. So once instance is created, so for testing, I want to test whether instance I am able to connect or not. So I need to do, right. If you want to connect, we can. There is many tools available in market. So just mostly try to download. So this is the, what is that I told, right. So just a MySQL Workbench. If you go and search in Google, we'll get one package, one exe file. So download, so MySQL Workbench, see here, download MySQL Workbench. If you click on this, if you click on this, so now automatically this is the for Windows, see here, MySQL Workbench 8.0. And whatever you want, we can download, that's it. See here, if we click on download, and so now without, if we have username password, and we can sign in, login to download. No thanks, start my download. Just start my download. I don't have any username password, and just no thanks. And so just start my download. Click on this. Automatically it will start download. See here, if you have username password and this website, we can give username password and we can try to download. Anyway, I don't have username password. There is a one option available, see bottom. So no thanks, just start my download. No thanks, start my download. So this is download. See here, this is very simple only. And once download is done, see here, this is the what is the how much, 41.6 MB only. And just click on next, next, next. That's it. No need to do anything. These are the basics only. No need to do anything. No need to do anything. Clear, guys? Anyone, any doubt? Hello? Anyone, any doubt as of now?
Yes.
Just wait. So it is taking status, backing up. Once everything ran, so now download is done and try to install it. Now how to install? This is same only. Already you know how to install. Click on this and it is asking next, next, next. Finish only. So this is the welcome to the setup wizard, MySQL wizard. That's it. So click on next, next, next. That's it. Finish. No need to worry anything. Once that is done, so search in our mission whether it is workbench, workbench, right? See here, MySQL workbench. If we click on this, if we click on this, it will open like this. If we click on this, it will open like this. See here, this is the software. Installation is very simple, guys. Click on next, next, next. That's it. So okay. Anyway, I'm going to delete this one. Right click and so delete these connections, delete this connection, yes. So first time we'll see this like this only. So already I connected somewhere any db, that is the reason I deleted existing connection and all. Now see here, do we have any connections here? No. So once the software is installed, before that let me check it, so whether it is up or not. See, it is taking backup. We need to wait, status is active. We have to wait, status is active. Maybe I forgot to select backup option, unselect. So that is reason backing up. Maybe I missed one or two. That is based on purely your, right requirement only. Purely your requirement. So anyway, just wait. This is the configuration. That's it. Our part is done. Our part is done. Now, so now if we share your username password, our part is done. Configuration part is done. And here we have username password, right? We are sharing this username password and host name and some configuration, whatever three things they need. So they are going to here. That is the host and username. They need developers and password. So if we give these things to developers, and what is the instance name, host name, and so db instance name, we given some name, right? So DevOps db and all, db instance name, and so they need some parameters. If we pass parameters to developers, in code they are configuring these things, and with the help of this, so now our application is connected to our db. That's it. Now that is our target. Clear? Now see here, available. Now see here, my db creation, everything done. This is my db identifier. This is my instance name. This is my db instance, not our instance. This is our db. So okay, so just available. Now everything okay. Now click on this. Now click on this, and so here we can see something. See here, what is your endpoint? What is the port number? What is the mysql port number, guys? I had to forget one
Double
thing.
306.
This is the port number. If anyone asking, just remember what is the port number, MySQL port number. So double three
Double three
zero six
06.
06. This is the default port number. Stormcat, right? 8080, Jenkins 8080. Same way, this is the DB server. Oracle server default port number is 8080. This is Oracle. If you select Oracle DB, that port number is 8080. Now I selected MySQL, right? Default port number is 3306. 3306. 3306. Okay, remember 3306 default port number. Now this is the my endpoint. This is the endpoint. This is the availability zone. This is the security group and all. Now try to connect. I open workbench, right? So now click on plus symbol. Now it is asking, see here, connection name, whatever you want. For example, dev connection, whatever you want. We can give any name. Okay. Now this is the host name. Host name is nothing but this is the local host default. And if you go here, copy endpoint, guys. Endpoint is nothing but here host. See here, full name. Copy this and so paste it here. And default port number 330. And what is the username? Username. While configuring DB, I given one username. What is the default username? It came admin. Correct? Next password.
Yes, sir.
I given one password. This information developers need. This information developer need. We need to give this information to developer. Okay. Now click on OK. Now see here, no need. What they want, they need. They need host name. That is nothing but endpoint and port number and username, password. Now click on the test connection. Click on the test connection. Now see here, successfully made by the MySQL connection. So generally we need to allow 330 port number. Okay, now click on OK. Now if you go here, I created one security group, right? Got it? Security, maybe they allowed, we allowed security group. Click on SG and so go to security group. I created one security group. What is the name I given? This one, right? Correct.
Yes, sir.
Now click on this. Now check it, edit. So what is the rule? See here. Now already what is by default automatically it is assigned. That is the reason I am able to connect. Or else we are not, we are unable to connect. అర్థమవుతుందా? I created one security group. Okay. So I given one name. By default, these people they allow 3306 port number. So that is the reason I connected. Or else it won't connect. Okay. Now anyway, now connection is done. Now connection is done. Now click on this. Double click on this. Now wait. Now see here. It will come like this. So this is on this and all developer duty. You don't worry. This and all developer duty. And so I connected my DB. And here whatever they want they can create tables. They can for your understanding purpose, if you want to test it, that's it. And if you want to create any table, see here, this is the syntax. Create table, table name, my DB or DevOps DB, any name. Copy this command, copy this command. And this and all you don't worry, guys, only developer duty, only for testing purpose whether it is creating or not. So just paste it. So create database and this is name, we can give any name. Create database, database name. Which database? I given one name. Okay. Now execute it. This is the this is execute. Now see here, create the database. Now if you want to use this database, this is the command, use database name. We need to run this command. This and all not our duty. Okay, you don't worry, only developer will do. For anyway, as a DevOps engineer, if you want to know whether it is allowing or not, just I'm checking, execute it. Now see here, so this is also done. Now now just I'm going to create one table. I'm going to create one table. So create table. Table name is CRM. I given whatever you want we can give. So if anyone have idea DB, we can easily create multiple tables. And if you don't know, just run at least these four commands for your understanding. Okay. Create table. This is the table name. Whatever name we can give. You can give ABC also, or we can give this is the right. So user credential. I given like a table name, whatever you want, or user data we can give. This is the table name. Create table. This is the syntax, guys. Okay. Run it. Now table is created. So table is created. Now how to insert data to this table? This is the command. Insert into table name. Insert into table name. Here what is my table name here? What is my table name here? Here what is my table name? Not CRM. Whichever table name we given. And so even if I run, it will throw error message. See here, table does not exist. See here, table does not exist. Do we have a CRM table? No, right? What is my table name? This is my table name actually, correct? Now give this table name and values, and here I given two fields only. One is CID, customer ID, integer number, and C name, customer name, variable. This is a character 20. Now select this query and just execute it. Now see here, inserted. And if you want to see the data, whether it is inserted or not, select star from table name. If anyone know database, select star from table name, user data. That's it. Select this one and run the query. Now see here, I enter only. Suppose if you need one more record, insert into one more record. I am going to add 1020 and I am giving Rama. Okay. Now select this query. I am going to insert one more row. Inserted. Now select star from. Earlier we can see only one row, right? Now we can see two rows. Now see here 1010 my name and 1020. This and all not our duty. This and all whose duty? Table creation, insert data into table. Who will take care this and all? డెవలపర్. మనం ఏం చేయాలి వాడికి ఈ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మాత్రం పాస్ చేయాలి. వాట్ ఈస్ ద హోస్ట్ నేమ్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద పోర్ట్ నెంబర్ అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద యూజర్ నేమ్, పాస్వర్డ్, దట్స్ ఇట్. సో దే విల్ యూజ్ this information, they will configure in code level, కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ లెవెల్. వాళ్ళు ఆల్రెడీ డెవలప్ చేశారు కోడ్. సో నౌ దే ఆర్ కనెక్ట్ టు DB and they are getting information from the DB. Now I passed username password. They are creating one table in the username password and they are add some username password in the DB and end user front end application, right? If they enter username password and it will go to controller and controller connected to DB, it is checking username password. If it is okay, now they are going to next phase. That's it. If there is no record found, so if it is validation fail, that is username password not matched. So now here they are getting also invalid username password, like that. For every whatever field we are entering, for each and everything it is stored into the DB only. It is checking DB. Clear, guys? Anyone any doubt here? If you join any project, any organization, that time we can understand. There is a lot of concept here, that and all no need here. Okay, admin do something, developer do something, DevOps engineer do something. So there is many things involved here. So at least you got some idea, right? Why you go for DB? Clear? And developers, they are creating
Exactly.
multiple tables here. Developers only, they are creating multiple tables here. And real time we are maintaining production DB, we are maintaining dev DB, we are maintaining test DB. Same, we are going to create multiple DBs. For testing purpose, we are going to create one test DB. For developers, we are giving one dev DB. Like this, whatever they want, our duty is only DB creation only. So database configuration only, and we are giving only this information to developer. Remaining thing and all they will take care. You don't worry. No need to worry. Okay. Now go to databases. Now click on database. We are sharing only this information: endpoint and username, password, port number. That's it. I hope you got some idea, right? How it will work. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. So